So with all this good, and you probably don't pay attention, but I've said this publicly about you, whether it's on the podcast or whether it's on television. And I've certainly said this to random people on golf courses that ask about playing with you and what it was like playing with Ben. You know, the narrative around you, unfortunately, because of the shooting narrative, all the awesome stuff you do sort of gets not overlooked because you've won, been all NBA, you've been an all-star, you've been on all the defensive teams, but that narrative around the shooting is so constant. How frustrating is that?
I think for a while it's so repetitive. You're hearing it all the time from everybody. You're like, fucking hell, like just get off my case. Like I do other stuff too. Like I'm guarding the best players. And that's one thing I don't think people respect that enough. Like what I'm bringing to the court. Cause there's a lot of shit I'm bringing to the court. And for me, I just want to win. So people also don't understand my goal is to purely win. I don't go out there. I'm not trying to have this many points, whatever it is. My goal is to win. So I'm trying to do whatever I can during the game and make the right plays and the right reads to help my team win. But that it's for sure frustrating. But it's also one of my weaknesses. So it's like, when we get mad at people for saying I'm not good at something, like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm practicing, get better. It is what it is. And that's just a part of the game. Like, I don't think if I was like a guy that sucked and people didn't care, then people wouldn't be mentioning my name, which is also for me, it's like, I'm proudful of being who I am because people expect a high level of basketball from me. Which I love because, I would rather be who I am than not on the fucking court.
Yeah. Well, I think it's fair to nitpick players, and there's, you look at Giannis, and Giannis has won MVPs, and he's widely considered the best or one of the best players in the world. And people nitpick his shooting, people nitpick his free throws, and there's just not a perfect player. When the shooting dialogue comes up, though, the thing I always talk about, and I think it was Kirk Goldsberry who first really shared this. He's a stats guy from ESPN. But your 3-point shot creation for others over like a 3-season stretch was number one in the league by far. You know what I mean? So like, yes, you weren't shooting threes, but you were getting guys like me. You were getting guys like me open looks.
Yeah. And that's I think I've looked at the numbers too, and they're pretty crazy. Yeah. I don't want to toot my own horn, but yeah, like, that's what basketball is to me. Like if I have JJ Redick here and I can get him open and get a great shot for him, why would I not do that? And for me, like that's easy. Those are easy buckets. And, we're trying to make that team guard everybody, not just one guy. So yeah.
I was going to say, we were talking about this before you got here about your discipline to not respond to some of these, because there's been a lot.
So hard.
There's been a lot, and we can get into specifics with that. But there's just been a lot of bullshit. There's been a lot of craziness. There's a lot of stuff that people say that even at the time we were like, we obviously are biased towards you, but it's also like you shouldn't say that about anybody, much less somebody that we like. You're a young guy. Like I think anyone at any age is going to respond eventually, but you've managed to sort of like keep this sort of stoic focus of not doing it. How do you do that? Because it's really hard.
Every time I've like written tweets and then just deleted them, or like went to DM somebody and then just deleted it. There's so many times, or tried to find somebody's number and then just left it. It's so hard, but fuck, it comes with it. Like I am who I am. People want to use my name to say whatever. It is what it is. I can't really worry about it too much.
Maybe 2 or 3 off seasons ago, there was a viral video that went around of you draining threes in pickup games. I think it was in Los Angeles, right? Yeah. It was in LA. And I was around you for 2 seasons, and I watched you work. I watched you shoot every day after practice, every day before practice, whether it was free throws, spot up threes, whatever. In some ways, did the shooting thing become bigger than it should have been and fuck with you a little bit? Like I always wanted, I wanted always to ask you, like, Brett said you could shoot, dude. Shoot.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. And I didn't really realize that early on in my career, because and it started building up. I'm like they saying I can't. Like, should I not? Like, I'm fucking confused now. Like, you don't want me to shoot, but you want me to shoot. Like, I don't know. So it did fuck with me a lot. But I kind of found peace in a place where I'm just like, fuck it, it's basketball. Like, I'm great at the game. Like, I need to go out there and show people what I can do and my talent. So it did for a while. I was just like fucked up a little, but it is what it is. Like, I feel like that, all of this stuff that's happened in the last few years for me is kind of helped me grow and mature in a way that I don't think I would have if, I didn't have those experiences.
Are you going to shoot threes this season for the Nets?
Yeah, I need to. I need to just go out there and put some up.
Should just make a goal. I'm going to shoot 5 a game until they tell me to stop shooting.
Fucking 23s a game.
If you shot
Kevin's
5,
wide open. Nope.
So be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly.